national digital economy policy and strategy has been developed to reposition the Nigerian economy in order to take advantage of the many opportunities that digital technologies provide. The growth of the digital technology sector over the past few years is a good indication that this sector can serve as a catalyst for the rapid development of the economy. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics skills have become the major driving force for the success of a digital economy. In lieu of this, the Federal Ministry of Communications, Innovations, and Digital Economy has generated a pipeline of technical talent called the 3 Million Technical Talent, 3MTT, in line with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's vision of creating 2 million digital jobs by 2025. The 3 Million Technical Talent 3MTT program is a critical part of the Renewed Hope agenda. It's aimed at building Nigeria's technical talent backbone to power our digital economy and position Nigeria as a net talent exporter. A lot of youths have enrolled for the program so far, which proves the demand for digital skills have increased over time. This is our focus on today's program. I am Lydia Odijochi. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for joining us. This is Alumni Chat, and I am Chana Ejoga.
We've been talking with Dr. Adebimpe Adebiyi, MNI.
The International World Honeybee Day.
Join me as I welcome Mr. Tony Patrick Cole, MNI.
In most cases, when you find lithium, you also find nickel in there.
Baku Ambi.
Olamilekon.
Maria Timothy.
Welcome to the news update.
I am Lydia Odijochi. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Policy Focus. One of the major skills in high demand is product designs. Product design is the creation of visual content for electronic devices such as websites, apps, and social media graphics. These skills are obtained by product managers or designers to define a product strategy, roadmap, and features, ensuring it meets consumer needs by collaborating with cross-functional teams like engineering, design, and marketing, while acting as a bridge between business goals and user requirements throughout the product life cycle. To join us on the program via Zoom is Kolawole Ogunlana, who is a product manager, designer, entrepreneur, and CEO of Lord K Media. Joining us now via Zoom, we have Kolawole Ogunlana. He is a product manager and designer, an entrepreneur and CEO of Lord K Media. We're going to talk a lot about our focus today on Policy Focus. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, ma'am. It's my pleasure.
Now, let's begin by you telling us, how has AI and emerging technologies influenced product design and digital skills in recent years?
AI has been at the forefront for decades now, but a lot of people just don't know about that. It's been in existence since about 1950 when researchers delved into the concept of machine learning and neural network. In recent years, however, ChatGPT only made it prominent because of its human-like interaction in conversation. So AI has actually been helping product designers like us to do our work more effectively and more smarter and fun. It has helped businesses as well to personalize their offerings. Yeah, it has helped them in product suggestion, giving it to their customers. Look at Spotify, for example. It has helped in recommending content to their audiences. Look at YouTube. Look at Google. So AI has actually been helping us do our work faster. That's helping us to ideate, to design, to choose colors between our web applications and what have you.
Now, as a product designer, tell us, can you explain the essence of this skill in digital space?
Okay, I would start by saying digital design, or rather digital designers are people or specialists who focuses on creating digital elements. You look at Instagram, they are the ones who did Instagram. Digital designers are the ones who build websites, applications as well. They help human interaction with these things more fun and more smooth. Digital designers also solve problems. They don't just do digital elements, they solve problems. And what do I mean by they solving problem is that they kind of like look into what consumers are looking for. What are they searching for online, and how can we help them get those things to them quickly? They also look into data to study how these consumers behave. We call it behavioral analysis. So these are ways whereby digital designers have helped, or rather do their work more effectively.
Now, tell us, we're in 2025. Discuss or tell us more about these emerging skills in 2025.
Okay, to keep up in 2025, one of the skills that we should learn as upcoming entrepreneurs or digital enthusiasts are AI skills. They are very, very important, and they have come here to stay. They are not going anywhere. Unlike the norms that is coming to replace humans, they are not coming to replace humans, but rather they are coming to enhance our creativity. The sayings whereby people say money changes people. Money don't actually change people. It makes more of who you are. So AI is here to make more of who we are. Other skills I would like the community, the society at large to focus on is these data skills, because as digital designers, we use data to make informed decisions. Like I said previously, we use it studying consumer behaviors. Take, for example, Jumia, for example. It studies to see how customers come on their platform to buy products and then suggest similar things to them. Look at Instagram, for example. When you go to Instagram, when you're searching for, let's say, delicacies, in the course of a few hours, it will start recommending other delicacies for you, which you don't even know of. It will start bringing up to you, probably for hours, for days. So data analysis is very, very key as well. And there are also two main skills I would like people to focus on. They are very, very early. And I don't think I've really not seen people in this part of the world doing it in Nigeria. They are called sustainability and voice interface. What does sustainability does? Sustainability helps digital designers create websites or application that uses less energy. And we know Nigeria, as of now, the tariff is very high. And then in the East, I don't think it's going to be easier in the nearest future. So this is a very, very good niche for people to start, going into. And for voice interfacing, we have things like Amazon Alexa, whereby you just tell Alexa, play me Burna Boy song. It will play it. Now, very soon in Jumia, you start seeing it whereby people will just go to the voice ability. They will just go there and say, Alexa, Jumia, can you give me, definitely the app is going to have a name for Jumia. They'll just say, can you give me a better pass my neighbor generator within this price and price range? So voice interfacing and sustainability is one key skills I would like people to start delving into, as there are not a lot of people in it already, and to be good for people to move in quick and take up the market. Thank you.
Great. The Tinubu administration started the 3MTT. I want you to explain that. That's the 3MTT program for youth to obtain a digital skill. What's your take on this?
His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is actually doing a great job, to be honest. In light of that, the challenges I see there is internet access, shortage in electricity, and job opportunity. If this 3MTT focuses on practical skills and job placement for these people that are trained, I believe it will really curb a lot of issues in Nigeria. And more so, if they could introduce business management or administration to these skill sets that is being taught in the program, I believe, because to be honest, the government might not be able to give everyone job, but with the respect of by you introducing business administration skills to it, they will be able to even create job by themselves and be employers of labor in the nearest future. So yeah, the program is a very good one. I really commend His Excellency for that.
Now, tell me about the importance of youths obtaining a digital skill, especially now, 2025.
The youth these days are very, very eager to make money, and let's start with that. It will give them flexibility, first of all, to make money as a freelancer, as a business owner as well. So rather than your regular 9 to 5 job, you don't necessarily have to wait to month end to get paid. You could get wages along the way while you're waiting for your monthly salary. It also position you for better job opportunities. And I would also like to add that it also keeps you relevant because the digital space is fast increasing and no one wants to be left behind. We all want to be at the forefront. So this skill would definitely position anyone going into it into profiting in a large scale in the nearest future.
Now, tell us, since you've been in this area for some time now, tell us what are some of the notable projects you have worked on and how have they impacted or what impact have they had on our space?
Okay, I've worked on several projects to be honest with you. Um, I would like to put it out there that one amazing project I've worked on was on a prop tech company here in Lagos, where I created a dashboard for them that they use in analyzing their real estate data. And the current one I'm working on is on EdTech. The platform is I'm not going to mention their name because it's not like I'm doing publicity for them. Yeah, but the platform is there to help young ones, students, to better assess their future. So rather than how when I was growing up, I speak to my elderly ones, my dad, my parents, that I would like to be a zoologist. I would like to be a doctor. I would like to be a lawyer. They would tell me, okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. However, I don't really know the path to go, what to study, I don't know the milestones to work towards. But this particular platform is there. Um, we are still testing it. We've launched the app this February, but we're still testing it. This platform is there to help guide young ones on what to do, where to best study, after putting in your details to the platform, your personality, your age, your financial income, and what have you. There are loads of questions in it. So it will help guide you on the path for you to go to get this desired future you want for yourself. So yeah, those are some of the projects I've worked.
Now, what are your future projections for digital skill acquisition?
It gets easier every day. Digital skill, the ability to acquire the skills will become easier day by day. Take for example, digital skill like virtual reality and augmented reality. They are going to be part of us going from now henceforth. Look at Facebook is creating something they call Meta Quest. We also have another one, PlayStation VR. These are all immersive experiences that would make learning very easy, not just for digital skills, but for other aspects of life. Take, for example, what Facebook is doing. They claim that learning history will be very much easier now. You'll be interacting with the likes of Aristotle, the likes of Benjamin Franklin. If we bring that into Nigeria as well, we could be interacting with the likes of Obafemi Awolowo, Chinua Achebe, Shango, Amadioha, and the likes. We'll be learning what they were going through in their age. Everything must have been designed. The interface, the environment must have been designed like it was back then. So yeah, the acquisition will become much more easier going forward. And trust me, no one wants to be left behind. No one wants to be left behind. Thank you.
Your advice to anyone who is trying to acquire or pick up a digital skill?
Start small. Start from somewhere. And most importantly, be consistent. If you are going to be doing it daily, make sure you dedicate a certain amount of hours or minutes to it. And it's not just about dedicating those hours. Be consistent. Most of us that got here today, we didn't just do it today and leave it for the next 2 months and then do it again. We're doing it consistently. When I started into this part, I started as a printer. I went into Lawancing to learn how to print. But in the course of there, I have this urge for designing because back when I was much younger, I was learning how to draw Spider-Man, Superman, and all that. So when I was in that school, I started learning, putting eyes into graphic design. And then I started, anytime I go back home at night, I go to YouTube to research tutorials. And then from there, that was how I started picking up the ideas and picking up and building. And now I have a huge lot of portfolios to show to my clients. So just start small, start from where you are. No one started from, nothing start great. Nothing start great. Everything starts small and be consistent. That is my advice for people.
When
Okay.
you acquire a digital skill, would you say, is it profitable? Does it pay the bills?
Very profit. Yeah, it does pay the bills. It does pay the bills. So take, for example, website developments or website design, application design. We usually do it for months back then, maybe 3 months. But now we do it for weeks and days. We do it for weeks and days. And imagine you doing one website for, let's say, 3 months, and you could do one website for days now. Imagine how many you can do in 3 months. So it's lucrative. It's an IT, and we know IT is running the world right now. So it's very lucrative. Trust me. And talking about data analysis as well, which is also another data skills, is very lucrative as well. I mean, banks use it. There's no business sector that don't use data analysis. Even medical line use data analysis. Even in what's it called, in on scan department in medical line, they also use data to analyze whatever it is they are doing. So these skills are very profitable.
Now, what would you say to some of our youth who are using digital skills negatively?
Stop it. It's not good. Okay. The future doesn't look negative. And besides, you can see the news everywhere. Even Donald Trump, the president of the United States of America, currently is clamping down on bad corruption, bad government, and so is our president as well. So in the nearest future, it's all going to tell. Your children are definitely going to benefit from your negative impact or your good impact. So you want to be able to decide what they benefit from. You wouldn't want them to see you on Tunde Ednot's page tomorrow and you are tagged negatively. Whatever they paste out there, whatever image that's out there on the internet never forgets. So you don't want your image to be pasted out there negatively.
Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for finding this time to talk to us. We hope that Nigerians have listened to you, and especially the youth.
Yeah.
They will now be encouraged to pick up a digital skill so that at least they can have something to doing, and it's profitable.
Yeah.
Because of course, like you said,
Definitely.
you cannot give everybody a job. Thank you for
Yeah.
finding that.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Good luck.
Have a lovely day.
All right. Bye-bye.
For anything you are capable of thinking about, it is possible for you to achieve them. Like they say, what's perceivable is achievable. A dream remains a dream if it is not followed up by actions.
The news of the passing of Lieutenant General Jeremiah Timbut Hussaini, CFR MNI, came as a shock to most Nigerians, home and abroad. Elected Senator for Langtan South constituency and former Minister of Transport and the Federal Capital Territory, Lieutenant General Jeremiah Timbut Hussaini, fondly called Jerry Boy. He is the one and only Sardaunan, Plateau and Nasarawa states. He also served as military administrator and governor of Old Bendel and Edo State, among several other positions he held while in active service to Nigeria. The funeral program began with a night of tribute at the National Ecumenical Center in Abuja. It was followed with a service of songs at the Church of Christ in Nations Cooking headquarters in Jos, which was well attended by dignitaries, family, relatives, and of course, security service chiefs who gathered in their numbers to honor a man known for his jovial nature and ever-infectious smile. The late Lieutenant General Jeremiah Hussaini was a former member of the Boys Brigade. This inspired him to join the army. He often humorously remarked about retiring as a corporal in the Boys Brigade, but he achieved even much more. He remained committed to the Boys Brigade, using its platform to mentor and discipline young boys. It is no surprise that he became the Grand Patron. His Royal Highness Da Jacob Gyang Buba, CFR, Bongom Jos, speaking on behalf of the Traditional Council, urged the people of Plateau State to uphold the unity of the land, a vision of the late Lieutenant General.
I stand here on behalf of the Plateau State Council of Chiefs and Emirs to come and pay our last respects to this noble gentleman who was one of us. Although not a traditional ruler, but we all know he had a title that was very dear to his heart, a title bestowed on him by the then Plateau State Council of Chiefs and Emirs that had Nasarawa State now as part of Plateau. The split, we all know, Nasarawa did not take away their own portion of the title, and so he was rightly referred to as Sardaunan Plateau de Nasarawa. A very joyful, happy person. It's our experience with him. Late General Abacha, to recognize the traditional institution. And that is why today we enjoy some measure of funding from the National Treasury. And it was courtesy General Hussaini.
The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, highlighted the late Lieutenant General's exemplary service, loyalty, and selflessness, emphasizing on his pivotal role in shaping the Nigerian Army.
Jeremiah Hussaini was not just a military officer. He was a symbol of excellence, discipline, and service to our beloved nation, Nigeria. His life was a testament to the values of loyalty, courage, selflessness. From his early days in the Nigerian Defense Academy to his rise through the ranks of the Nigerian Army, General Husseini exemplified what it means to serve with honor and distinction. As a military leader, General Husseini played pivotal roles in shaping the Nigerian army and contributing to the stability of our nation during challenging times. His tenure as a military governor of the old Bengal state and later as the minister of the Federal Capital Territory underlines his commitment to nation building passion, always striving to uplift the lives of those he served. Beyond his military and political achievements, General Husseini was a man of deep faith and integrity. He was a devoted Christian who lived by the principles of love, humility, and service to humanity.
Governor of Plateau State, Barrister Caleb Mutfwang, represented by Honorable Samuel Nanchang Jato MNI, Secretary to the Government of Plateau State, expressed grief over the loss of a beloved, revered father figure.
We were asked to go and meet to decide on one person. So we went to his house for the meeting. And at that meeting, everybody was given time to speak for the reason why we should allow the person to be the candidate. And he said to all of us, all of you are small children.
A devout member of Koki, a church funeral service held at his hometown Langtang North.
We are right here at Langtang Koki Church for the funeral service of late Lieutenant General Jeremiah Timbut Husseini MNI. Dignitaries and people from across Nigeria and beyond are here to pay their last respect.
The Kokin Vice President welcomed the congregation and thanked the Almighty for joining mercies.
The Bible says that there is a time and a season for everything. Time has come, call on Father to be with him. And pray that God will continue to comfort the family, will comfort the church, and I believe that his name and God will be glorified in this service. Pray that at the end of the service, Lord will grant each and every one of you joining us.
Chief Pomfa Husseini read the biography of his father.
An avid sportsman, General Husseini excelled in hockey, football, and table tennis during his youth. His contributions to hockey are commemorated through the General Husseini Hockey Championship, one of the most prestigious hockey tournaments in Nigeria. In retirement, he engaged in business and community development, serving as Director of Diamond PLC, Chairman of Retirement Investments, Chairman of the Capital Finance, Director of Automotive Companies, and Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Iowa Consultative Forum.
Baba Metu, as he was affectionately called, according to the guest preacher, Bishop Idowu Ferron, was a testament to his compassion and generosity to humanity.
For the 70th celebration of General J.T. Husseini, my address as senior, I never addressed him as general or chief or elder, but senior. Senior because he was an ex-boy. After the sermon, the bishop invited him to give a vote of thanks. And he stood there. He said, in Nigeria, if someone dies before the age of 70, who will say in the obituary, the wicked have done their worst. But if you die after the age of 70, people will say, to God be the glory. Sabir Dahaka, and one has to be faithful to the faith and the belief
goodwill messages came from representatives of the family, district heads, Nwang Ishi Otaro, NIO, Langtang Joint Traditional Council, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented by Professor Nentawe Yilwadda, Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction in Nigeria, Governor of Plateau State Barrister Caleb Mutfwang, Air Marshal J.D. Wuyep, former Chief of Defense Staff, amongst many.
Look at the life of our children, small children. They always prefer to be with a general, not a mature people, which means he was a man of the people.
There are 2 or 3 outstanding dreams of General Sedi that are yet to come to life. One, his desire to have a university in Tarok. And 2, his desire to ensure that the Tarok nation has a substantive chief of the Tarok in place. We pray that the death of this gentleman here will facilitate these 2 processes. It is up to all Tarok sons and daughters and our friends.
I'm going to say that the last question now, that will be that next question. I said, no, difficulty has said, General and the Air Marshal, so please calm me now.
I want to say that I've listened with rapt attention the way and manner we extol the virtues of our revered General Marafa Lantam. Until a seed die before it shall germinate. I pray God, by the reason of the demise of this icon par excellence, may the spirit that led him to accomplish all that has been enumerated inhabit all of us and more of us in Jesus' name.
For us up here at the national level, we bring you a word of comfort to the family, to the states, and to His Excellency the Governor of Plateau State, Barrister Caleb Mutfwang. Accept the condolences from behalf of myself and my family, and may God rest our father and give us also the heart to live the kind of life that he lived.
People of this state, this is the beginning of the closure of a chapter of the generals known as the Langtang Mafia. But it wasn't a mafia in the evil sense. It was a mafia that brought progress and stability to Nigeria. It was a mafia that helped to be able to keep Nigeria one and to also bring development and progress to Plateau State. We thank God for the life and times of people like General Bali, General Dogon Yaro, General John Shagaya, and now we are having to say bye-bye, farewell to Baba Metuo, truly a man who showed compassion to many while he was alive. Lieutenant General J.T. Useni. I want to say something in addition to all that has been said about his virtues. That is not to suggest that we are perfect. All of us, human beings, have one imperfection or the other. In Hausa, they say, but despite our imperfections, there are things that commend us to God and to people. And a lot has been said about General Useni.
But I will say something that I know towards the end of his life, which again fulfills scripture that says that the end of a matter is better than the beginning thereof. How a man ends his life is what is most important. And so, the remaining days of General Husseini's life were spent on reconciliation and forgiveness.
There were prayers for the family by all spiritual fathers present as the service came to an end and the congregation moved to the burial site for interment.
Of the program, I'll make it to humbly request the Deputy Director.
Baba was a very wonderful person, a very caring person, as has been testified to me. He was very, very concerned about his people. Everybody was his family, every Lankan person, everybody in Nigeria, anybody that meets Baba testified that Baba was a wonderful person and would grant them whatever request that was within his capabilities to grant. He was a wonderful man.
He left us a legacy of love, togetherness, unity. He taught us how to give. He was a giver. That's why they call him Baba.
In view of all human attributes, he voted humility. And when he realized that humility wasn't enough, he embraced generosity and charity. So I will remember him for touching the lives of Nigerians. There is nobody in this community that General Husseini has not touched his life. He's an accessible human being who does not take his status as anything. And his sense of justice is so profound.
This is the final resting place of the late Lieutenant General Jeremiah Timbut Husseini, CFR MNI, an inevitable end for all mankind. So many words have been used to describe this great man who touched the lives of millions. It is hoped that his legacies will be kept alive. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. From Langtang North, I am Blessing Adukuchili, reporting for NIPSS Policy TV.
My name is Chief Mrs. Love Ezema, the love of NIPSS, MNI, Sec 39, 2017. Wow, I had a wonderful experience there. I came in there and I saw a real, a place that, you know, was carved out for good education scenario. The scenario was very beautiful, and I can't forget the early morning exercises. And I was the social welfare of my group, Sec 39, and it was a very wonderful session. All the members, we had their birthdays, and we celebrate them at the clubhouse. It was quite a very interesting period that I even sometimes feel like going back there. But then the weather too was something else. Yeah. Wow. You know, before I came to NIPSS, I was a board member at Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, that's ASCON in Badagry. I was there from 2000 to 2004, and it was a beautiful experience out there. And you'll agree with me that the scenario in ASCON, in NIPSS, is almost similar, very similar to ASCON. So I really enjoyed every bit of being there. And so why I connected with ASCON is to tell you that I had already an experience of such institution over the period before I came in there. So when I came in there, it wasn't a new thing to me. So, but I enjoyed the scenario. I made very good use of my stay in ASCON to develop myself, even in terms of the dieting, the health aspect of it too. So I really enjoyed my stay. Yeah, and it has also impacted in my career because as a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, when I finished as an MNI, they now address me as FCIPM MNI. So that was a very it was a beautiful experience, and I really learned a lot while in NIPSS. At least I learned how to confidently come out and make presentations, because you have to do it all the time in NIPSS, and the plenary sessions were wonderful. So it has been a very wonderful experience, and it has really impacted in my career a great deal. My philosophy of life is that you have to take things easy. You take everything easy. Whatever situation you find yourself, just go on your knees, pray to God, and let the Spirit of God lead you. And by so doing, you will not make mistakes. Annie, let me tell you, Annie is really an elite alumni, because after going through NIPSS and I became a member of Annie. First of all, when I became a member of Annie, after a period, I became the National Social Secretary, stroke welfare. And I met with important Nigerians that ordinarily, maybe if I wasn't an Annie member, I wouldn't have met them. So I met them, and I feel so good interacting with them. And it gives me a kind of honor, when we all come together as alumni members, as MNIs, it gives you a lot of clout. And because as a matter of fact, NIPSS is the highest institution in the country. Even if you go through the university and you do all that you do, your experience in NIPSS counts a lot, because all those things you think you have known from the university, when you get to NIPSS, you drop it at the gate. You drop it at the gate. Whatever title you have, you drop it at the gate, and you move in there as a student, a real student. And when the DSCs are speaking, you have to listen, irrespective of your age or your level. So by the time you go through all that training and you see yourself being pushed out at the end of the training to go and better the society, because our slogan is towards a better society. So wherever you find yourself, you make a very good impact. Like when I finished from NIPSS and I went back, when I went back to Abia State, where I was working with the governor of Abia State as the principal secretary, I was well respected. When I put on my MNI badge and I come in, they say MNI is around. Everybody respects me and greets me well. So there's a lot to gain by attending that program in NIPSS. Yeah, when during my coursework in NIPSS, my project was on the effect of motivation on work performance, a case study of NIPSS. And in fact, it caused a lot of controversy, because when the people knew that was the topic I was writing on, they were like, the institution that you want to get MNI from, and you are now coming to interrogate the institution, But it didn't really matter to me, because I had my vision, which was my mission. Do you understand? I had my vision that was my mission, because when I was board member in Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, we went in there and the whole place was dilapidated. Nothing was happening. The people were not motivated. And that inspired me to write on that concerning a similar institution that I feel that, even though higher, but I feel that such things could be happening. So, and I came up with recommendations and implementation strategies that, if taken, NIPSS will be a better. And I refer you to that my project. When you get back, you check my project. Then you will see the recommendations I made there and the implementation strategy. And one of the ways to better NIPSS is for us to, we the alumni, to make sure that, number one, the programs are not interrupted. The programs are not interrupted, because I'm aware that Tech 46 has not graduated, which is unbelievable. So whatever the reason is, we should start early to arrange and plan for these programs so that we don't have to disrupt it in any way. That is one of the things we should do. Whatever the DG has to do to make sure that he goes to the presidency, sits down with them, make them understand what NIPSS is all about. Because someone, is NIPSS under vice president, but do people working there understand the protocols of NIPSS and the way we need to, the timeline of the programs? Some of them may not understand it, and some may understand it, they don't. And we should also we need to make use of our participants. The participants are well-to-do people coming from even the presidencies and all that. So we should make use of them to get what we want, make use of what we have to get what we want. And by so doing, you see that we will have a better institution. And the one thing is that we all know that NIPSS is the highest institution in the country. And we should try as much as possible to maintain that standard. We shouldn't bring it down for any reason. There is no compromise to that, because that is what the edit says. And so we should stand by the edit. And if there are areas in the edit that we need to, review, I think with time we'll review it and make sure that we still stand out as the best institution and the highest institution in the country. Thank you very much.
NIPSS Policy TV programs on NTA News 24. Tune in on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on DSTV Channel 419, GoTV Channel 26, Star Times Channels 101 and 433, and Free TV Channel 703. Miss this and miss out on policies that will affect you and our country. Join us. The essence of a digital skill cannot be overemphasized when it comes to youth development and the success of digital economy in this nation. It is key for all youths to key into this initiative, as this will not only reduce the rate of unemployment in the country, but also alleviate poverty and create a massive boost for the nation's economy. Thank you for joining us on today's program. See you on our next episode. Bye for now. I am Lydia Odije Ochi. Try and obtain a digital skill.